I'm 10, your host, obviously.
Hello and welcome back to my show, everyone. Today's episode, I'm going to be painting the remaining Violet Parr figurine that I had. I know I said originally if it gets 100 votes, likes, the video in the previous one, that I would repaint her as Frozone. But honestly, I got really bored and I decided to go ahead and repaint this Violet Parr to look like Frozone. If everybody knows who Frozone is, he is the black guy that has that blue and white suit, and he shoots out ice. I personally think he's really cool looking, and I love the fact that his boots can turn into either skis or like that discus thing that he can surf on. I also love the scene where he drinks water in the middle of like a fire with a cop pointing the gun at his head, going, "Freeze!" And he's like, "I just need a drink of water." So we're going to try and paint up Violet here with Frozone's colors. Frozone has a predominantly light blue outfit, so I'm going to be substituting all the red and the black bottom here with the blue. He's got white highlights on his gloves and boots. And on his chest, he actually has what looks like icicles done in white on the front. And he doesn't have a mask. He has like this some kind of visor. So I'm going to be repainting her mask. I'm going to be painting her whole face brown. And her whatever patches of skin color there is going to be all but brown. The mask is going to be brown too. And then after that dries a little bit, I'm going to go over the eyes with the white visor that he has with a darker blue mark. And then I'm going to paint the bandana to be white to match the rest of the highlights. So I have my colors pre-made. That's why you can see color on my hand already. I was mixing my colors. I have the light blue, the white, the brown, and the dark blue. So without further ado, let's get on with the painting. Let's remake and see if I can readjust the camera a little bit. There we go, and now I can actually see that I'm still on screen. I'm going to move Frederick out of the way because I don't want him to get, well, painted. And there's a couple more things. I already pre-modged her, Mod Podged her ahead of time so that I got the surface area to paint on. So I'm going to start off with the light blue, and that's actually a lot better looking than I thought it was going to be. Start painting Violet. Sorry, if my hands are disappearing, it's because I have on my phone a picture of what Frozone looks like, so I actually have visual reference. Ugh. Just gonna paint her. If I make a mistake, I can easily go over it with the white. Using a thinner brush, which yes will mean I have less brush to work with, but I can work out better details with said brush. It gives me a little bit more stability when custom painting. It's not going to be the greatest, obviously, but it's going to look cool. Just want to make sure I can get... I got some of her hair. Let's zoom in a little bit. As you can see, the color is actually a really nice blue. Might be just a tad darker than what he has, but I like it. After all, this is my own painting, and as I said before, it's to have fun, to relax. Just started up work again, and I'm actually really liking it, and just want to relax after a long day of work. Started back at work on Monday, and honestly, I love it. It's actually really nice to start working again, and being able to get out of the house a little bit, relax between runs, and get, paid. I think that's the key element here, is getting paid. Honestly, it's just nice to start work again. I also started up Cub Scouts again. That was fun too. We are doing quite a few different badges. Well, not badges. Belt loops. One of them is the Duty to Country, and it was actually fun to do. They got to explore the American flag, what it means, like each part of the flag, what it means. They got to basically explore the different historical people. If you could meet one historical person, bring back for the day, dead or alive, who would it be? And, why? If you want to let me know in the comments below, that would be awesome. Honestly, for me, it would have to be, I think Abraham Lincoln. I just want to know, what his whole thought was during, the Civil War, what his, reasonings for everything was, and all that. Plus, I think seems to be a very fascinating man. I was telling my daughter about one of the pranks that apparently was pulled on him often. The kids would string a rope across a street when Lincoln was around, and because he was so tall, they would string it up at his hat level, because he would keep all these important papers in the hat, and the rapscallions would basically string the rope so that it would knock off his hat and make the papers go everywhere. I think that's actually kind of funny. I don't think that would get away. I think it was only happens when he wasn't president. It was when he was just a lawyer. But I still find that prank really funny. I don't think you'd be able to do that nowadays, at least not without getting arrested. At least not to the president. But things were quite different back then. There, I got her blue in. I'll go over it again afterwards. But I got to fix some of the black hair. That's what I need. I don't have any black set out again, so I can repair her hair if I get any coloring on it. There we go. All set. So that's that. I'm going to actually paint her face brown now. The entirety of her face. Rather than work on the white highlights, because this way I can get that drying while I work on the white highlights next. So I don't really have to be too careful about covering her eyes, because the mask goes over the eyes, so that's just to let's get some of that extra paint off. That's just to make it look a little bit more detailed. Oh no, I don't want it. Oh, I got brown there. Like I said, I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to have to. Well, I can go over that with the white, maybe. Put a little bit of blue down first. I mean, you're going to mess up. That's fine to mess up every so often. It's part of coloring and detailing. As long as you go over it, fix it. You know what, though? The most important thing, have fun when you do it. I think that is the most important part. It's not coming out as good as I thought it was going to be. But you know what? Let's preserve on. Keep that. Okay. There we go. Oh, her ear is still... Alright, so what I'm going to do now is paint the white highlights on her boots and the gloves. We're not going to worry about the mask and all that just yet. I want to try and go over the brown a little bit first. Like I said, I just want to see if I can get this to look more like Frozone's outfit. Don't want to have too much paint, but you want to have just enough that it will transfer easier and not make a runny looking mess on these figurines. That's why you Mod Podge them first, or like put down a base coat, because it allows you to get the paint to go onto the figurine. Not all plastic is the same. Some of them repel paints. Others are just not all that well. Just don't hold the paint very well. So you definitely want to have a primer layer on a lot of these rubberized figurines. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, it's actually looking nicely. It's layering up nicely. I'll probably go over it a second time just to make sure any of those streaks in it are cleared up. If I get a little bit of white onto the base, that doesn't matter. We can call it snow. Make it look a little bit cooler. But the only reason why I want to use Mod Podge and not like a primer coat is because I'd rather be able to see the difference in her original outfit so I know where to paint on, rather than just, you know, painting and going, well, I painted the wrong spot. So that's the only reason why I Mod Podge it rather than prime it with a primer. Plus, I can't really do the priming in my house. I have to go out onto my porch and do it. And it's a bit cold outside. And yeah, I'd rather not freeze for the sake of the video. I mean, honestly, if I had to, I would do it, but I don't really have to. The Mod Podge works pretty well, so I am quite content with this. And there we go. I got the boots for the most part. Let me get that. Yeah, unfortunately, I never got around to doing the details on the other two Violet Parrs that I painted. I, again, don't consider myself to have enough skill to be able to do that. So I would just rather leave them the way they are, because they work out and everybody's able to tell what each outfit is. especially if you've watched The Incredibles. But, until I'm a little bit more skilled, I will just leave them as is. I mean, they work out. They look fine. I've showed them off to my family and my friends, and they all can understand where I'm coming from, and they appreciate the details that I actually did get into, and they appreciated the way it looked. So that's good enough for me. Again, this is more of just for fun. Just what Violet Parr would look like if she was Frozone. It's not really means anything. It's just people are having fun. Did you guys like Incredibles 1 or 2 better? I don't know. For me, I actually liked both of them, but for different reasons. I liked the villain in number 1, Syndrome, so much better. I thought he was a better developed character, in my opinion. But I liked the interplay between, Dash and Violet more in the sequel. Plus, I liked the fact that Jack had a bigger role. I know they had Jack's attack as a bonus special on the first movie, but honestly, I would have loved to see that in the movie rather than as just basically a secondary video. Okay, let's see if I can clean up some of the hair. There we go. Just, for some reason, the black paint that I have here really isn't that good. But it works for what I need it to. It does its job. And there we go. That's her hair. Okay. Let's get that white spot, the white headband. Let me actually use this. No, is that the hairbrush I wanted? No, that's the hairbrush I wanted. Not the hairbrush, paintbrush. Wow. Oh, I'm working on the hair area, so I guess that's why I call it the hairbrush. But let's just get this. So that we can start, making her more Frozone-like. Again, if I get anything wrong with the hair, I can always just repair it with the black paint. There we go. So there is Violet Parr so far in mostly the outfit. I'm going to fix that hand a little bit. There we go. Now as the paint dries, it will settle and it will take on the shape of the figurine better. And again, just go over some of those spotty details just to make it look a little bit better. My hair's in my eyes. I actually have long hair, and right now it's in my eyes. Even though I have it pulled back in a ponytail. What's your favorite position of having your hair? Like, do you have long hair or short hair? And if you have long hair, what do you like putting it into? A bun, a ponytail, a braid? My preferred is a ponytail. So now we're going to do the paint of the mask that Frozone has. I don't know how well I can duplicate it, freehand it, but we are going to try. It's going to go over the eyes. Okay, there we go. See if I can clean that up just a little bit and make it less rigid looking and more smooth and natural. So that's her mask. In a second, I'm going to add the thin blue line. That's going to represent the visor that he has. But until then, I'm going to let that dry just a little bit. I'm going to go back over the... he's got a white mark here. So I'm going to do that now. Let me bring it up on my phone that seemed to want to shut off yet again. It's got a white mark there around his shoulder blades. His collar is actually white, and then it comes down to about here. I don't know if it wraps around. I don't remember. So I'm actually just going to do that because I think that will look better. Just to highlight some of the, give it a little bit of breaking up on the two blue suit. There we go. There is... Okay. There we go. Let's just do that. And let's fix that up just a little bit. I don't want it to be a regular... That's a little... It's white like real snow. Okay. Let's just put that a little bit. Oh, I got a little bit of the blue on this, that's why. There we go. Let's fix that up. There we go. And now let's add the blue line that represents his visor. It's a darker blue, so I actually have that blue prepared. I'm going to do that right now. And it seems to go across the entire face mask, and I think I just painted her hand with that blue. So I'm going to have to fix that and refix some of that mask a little bit too, because I added a little too much blue. But that's okay. Again, accidents happen, and you can fix it up. Just trying to blow it a little bit so it dries a little bit faster. Let's clean up that hand and clean up the mask just a little bit. There. We're going to dab it on so that it doesn't mix too much. Let's get some of that glue off. I like using paper plates. I know I shouldn't, but it makes it a little bit easier to just, if you have extra paint, just put it right onto that plate. I can control how much paint is on there, and and fix it up just a little bit. That doesn't look too bad. I mean, I want that to be more white. Like I said, like freshly fallen snow. That's what his suit reminds me of, that nice snow-like color. And now there's too much white there. You can never win. It's either too much white or too much blue or, just, there we go. Oh, that actually doesn't look that bad. Let's just touch up that hair a little bit more, fix it up, because I got some discolorment. Again, there's something wrong with this black, no matter how often I mix it. It doesn't want to thicken her at all. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. Hopefully it doesn't do too bad. Just want to use it to cover some of those blemishes I made. Just to keep that hair from showing up any other color but black hair. Because that's what she's going to have. Let's just, color it a little bit so that it's more even. There we go. And let's just coat the front a little bit with some of that. And there we go. Okay. I am done here, actually. It took me 30 minutes. But I painted Violet Parr to look like Frozone. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Should I paint Dash as Mr. Incredible, or, paint Mr. Incredible with Elastigirl's outfit and Elastigirl with Mr. Incredible's outfit? You let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time. Enjoy.